Okay, go ahead and call this meeting in order. First item is roll call.
Alderman Bray, Alderman Cleaver,
Here.
Alderman Knox, Alderman Mills,
Here.
Alderman Skinner,
Here.
Alderman Soul.
Here.
There is a quorum.
All right, next item is going to be Pledge of Allegiance led by Alderman Mills.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next item is the approval of the agenda.
No changes, Mayor.
Seeing no proclamations, we'll move on to public comment. We ask the citizens who wish to address the board come forward to the podium and microphone. And please make sure you give your name and address for the record that you have signed in minutes. Do I have anyone who wishes to address the board this evening?
Jan Row 1035 Southwest Ephraim. I know you're not supposed to ask questions, but I just come before you to ask if there's been any progress in your looking at the ordinance concerning political signs. So I just would like to know if you've decided to consider it or not, and if you have decided to consider it, what your thinking is, or maybe we have an amended ordinance. So, thank you.
Dale Arnold, 31603 East Ryan Road. I had conversations with three members that were running for the school board, and they had confusion in that all of the polling places available had where you could be allowed to put out political signs except for our community center back there. And I know we have an ordinance against political signs on city property, but I would urge some consideration that to cut down on confusion and to not interfere with anybody's political actions there in their First Amendment right to put out their views and so forth, that we possibly consider amending that ordinance so that on that one day that in any polling place that is on city property be allowed to have signs out there. It mainly affects most of the voters in Ward 2 and Ward 3 when you're dealing with that one there. So, but anyhow, it would be a good thing to cut down on confusion if we would consider adjusting that so that we could allow signs there on that one day. So, thank you.
Anyone else wish to address the board? Seeing none, move on to the consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Alderman Skinner to approve the consent agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Seeing no previous business, next time there will be new business. Under new business, we have fireworks permits. First one will be for the Grand Valley Band Parents Association.
The application has been received for the Green Valley Band Parents Association. Just like in prior years, everything was received in good order for the June 27th to the July 4th sale dates for their tent. There were no concerns or anything, so we're looking for a motion to approve that one.
Okay. Anyone have any questions on that one? All right, I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Alderman Skinner, have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that one? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right. Next one then would be a fireworks permit for the Grand Valley Economic Development Corporation.
The application was received for this one as well, just like in prior years. The only thing we're pending right now is just a letter from the property owner, which I know has been requested. She just hasn't received it back yet. Once I have that, I'll be ready to approve that one officially. So I'm looking for a motion to approve on that one as well.
Okay.
So moved.
Mr. Alderman Skinner, have a second?
Second.
Alderman Soul. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, approved. Seeing no presentations, next item will be a public hearing. We have a public hearing for conditional use permit renewal for a vehicle tow yard for Hooker's Towing.
Mayor, members of the board, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Martin.
Yeah, so Hooker's Towing is requesting a conditional use permit for a vehicle tow yard at 511 Northeast James Rollo Drive. The property is currently zoned District M1, which is light industrial. This is a renewal permit request. The original conditional use permit was approved in January 2022 with a 3-year term. They met the original conditions set forth with the fencing requirement and the evergreen trees. In this current permit request, the Planning and Zoning Commission approved and recommended a length of 10 years before needing to reapply, and will need to continue to maintain the fencing and evergreen trees as originally required. Public notice was given in the Examiner and by letter to property owners regarding both public hearings for this conditional use permit.
You say an extension of 10 years?
Yes, that's what Planning and Zoning recommended.
That's what you're recommending?
Yes, staff as well.
Any additional questions from the board? As it is a public hearing, we'll open it up for comments from the public for or against. Anyone who wishes to speak regarding the conditional use permit, please come forward. All right, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. We'll move on to resolutions then. First resolution is R 25-18. It's a resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley, Missouri, authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Utility Service Company Incorporated to provide maintenance for city-owned water tanks and tower.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number 25-18.
I motion from Alderman Skinner to approve resolution R 25-18. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, this would be the annual agreement with Utility Service Company. Essentially, they're the company that we use to make sure that all of our water storage facilities are in good shape, ensuring safe and clean drinking water. On tap this year, the major programs are ground storage. Tank 1 gets a visual inspection and exterior paint. Ground storage 2, and both of those are at the Public Works facility, will get a washout. And the Tire Road Tower will also get a washout.
Questions or discussion? All right. Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right. Next up then is resolution R 25-19. It's a resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley authorizing the city administrator to renew an agreement with Civic Review.
Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number R 25-19.
I motion by Alderman Cleaver to accept resolution R 25-19. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, this is our annual agreement with Civic Review, which is the company we use for online occupational license, as well as online permitting. Again, just trying to give more options for people to submit for permits other than having to come in.
Okay. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, then all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Next up then is resolution R 25-20. A resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley, Missouri, authorizing the city administrator to approve the Midwest Public Risk 2025-2026 plan elections and rates for employee health, dental, and vision benefit coverage.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number R 25-20.
Mr. Alderman Sol to approve resolution R 25-20. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor and members of the board, if you remember how we have to figure our insurance plans, it's through July through June. So going into every year, we know what it's going to be for the first 6 months, and kind of have to make an educated guess during budget cycle as to the second 6 months. We did plan for a 12% increase, but I am happy to report it is only a 3% increase from last plan year on our benefits on the medical side and the health side. So good news in that respect. But yeah, it's keeping the coverage the same.
Do you have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Next up, we have Resolution R 25-21. The resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley, Missouri to enter into an agreement with the Missouri Department of Transportation for grant-funded overtime for DWI enforcement and hazardous moving violation enforcements.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve Resolution R 25-21.
Motion by Alderman Mills to approve Resolution R 25-21. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, as we've done for the last 15 years, this would be to participate in this grant program. It is 100% funded by the state, so there is no match, but it essentially funds overtime for DUI or DWI enforcement and hazardous moving violations.
Have any questions or discussion? All right, seeing none, all enforcement. When I say all enforcement or enforcement, all in agreement, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Next up then is Resolution R 25-22, the resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley, Missouri, demonstrating the city's commitment to public safety and crime reduction.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number R 25-22.
Yeah, motion by Alderman Skinner to approve Resolution R 25-22. Do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Sol. Any discussion?
Mayor and members of the board, it's first off, I know Chief would have liked to have been here for this, but unfortunately he is out on a call as we speak, so he is not here. But essentially, one of the things the new governor did was pass an executive order, but it established the Blue Shield program. And one of those steps along the way to be considered for that program is passing a resolution expressing a commitment to public safety. So what you have before you is a resolution doing just that, just expressing the commitment to public safety.
Questions? Comments? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Next up, then be Resolution R 25-23, a resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley establishing the need to amend the 2025 budget to execute Task Order 2023-6, Amendment 1, with Crawford Murphy and Tilley Incorporated for surveying services and easement acquisition for the Southwest Eagles Parkway Trail.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number R 25-23.
Motion by Alderman Sol to approve Resolution R 25-23. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor and members of the board, as part of this year's budget, we did include funds for the Southwest Eagles Parkway Trail. One thing that we did not have at that time that we have now would be funds for the survey work and easement acquisition along the trail there. So what you have before you would be it's a resolution asking for a budget amendment that will come later in the form of an ordinance, but it's to cover the amount for the survey work and easement acquisitions for that project.
Any questions or discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Next up, then be Resolution R 25-24. It's a resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley authorizing the City Administrator to execute Task Order 2023-6, Amendment 1. Same one. With Crawford Murphy and Tilley for surveying services and easement acquisition for Southwest Eagles Parkway Trail.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve Resolution R 25-24.
And motion by Alderman Mills to approve Resolution R 25-24. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, this would be the resolution authorizing that task order change, essentially adding this into the project scope. So again, that would be for easement acquisition for that Southwest Eagles Parkway Trail.
Questions or discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Next up is Resolution R 25-25, a resolution by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Grand Valley authorizing the City Administrator to execute an agreement with Crawford Murphy and Tilley for Front Street roadway, storm and water improvements, testing, and inspections.
Mayor, I move we approve resolution number R 25-25.
Motion by Alderman Cleaver to accept Resolution R 25-25. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, this would be for the Front Street roadway project, and this would be executing agreement with CM2, who's our on-call engineer for that, essentially approving funds for specialized testing. So this would be everything from compaction testing, concrete testing, that kind of thing along during the project to make sure that those specialized tests are getting completed. That's not something that we would do in-house.
Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All right, this will be it for resolutions then. Next up will be ordinances.
This is the first reading of Bill Number B 25-04. This is an ordinance by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Green Valley, Missouri, authorizing the city administrator to amend the 2025 budget to allocate funding from park fund reserves to execute Task Order 2023-6, Amendment 1, with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley, Inc. for surveying services and easement acquisition for the Southwest Eagles Parkway Trail.
I move that we accept the first reading of bill number B 2504 and make a second reading by title only.
Okay, a motion from Alderman Mills to accept Bill B 25-04 for its first reading, bring it back by title only for its second reading. Do I have a second?
Second.
So, any discussion?
Yep. Mayor and members of the board, this is just the actual ordinance that goes for the budget amendment for the trail project for the easement acquisition we were talking about.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
This will be the second reading of Bill Number B 25-04, an ordinance by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Green Valley, Missouri, authorizing the city administrator to amend the 2025 budget to allocate funding from park fund reserves to execute Task Order 2023-6, Amendment 1, with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley, Inc. for surveying services and easement acquisition for the Southwest Eagles Parkway Trail.
I move that we accept the second reading of bill B 2504 and approve it as ordinance number
2464, sorry.
2464.
A motion from Alderman Mills to approve Bill B 25-04 for its second reading, making ordinance 2464. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, seeing none, this will be roll call.
Alderman Cleaver,
Yes.
Alderman Mills,
Yes.
Alderman Skinner,
Yes.
Alderman Soul.
Yes.
Okay, this is the first reading of Bill Number B 25-05. This is an ordinance approving a conditional use permit for a vehicle tow yard.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we accept the first reading of bill number B 25-05 and bring it back for its second reading by title only at our next regular session.
Okay. I have a motion from Alderman Skinner to approve Bill B 25-05 for its first reading, bringing it back by title only for its second reading. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, this is just the ordinance that goes along with the public hearing that we had earlier for the conditional use permit.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. That's it for ordinances. Next up, the city attorney's reports.
Mr. Mayor, members of the board, just a reminder that now that the elections are over, we usually start we do start every year our city official training seminars. The one that most often is attended by officials and employees of the city of Green Valley is the one that we have at Independence at Midwest Public Risk. This year, that one is April 25th, 2025. Those we always have them on Fridays, and they are booking up quick. So if you do have some folks who haven't registered yet, please have them register. And there is online registration this year available for that. If that date doesn't work for somebody, I'm looking at the schedule here. It looks like maybe the next closest would be Lexington, Missouri on May 8th, if that's helpful. So just wanted to share that information.
Next up, city administrator and staff reports.
Mr. Craig.
Good evening. I just wanted to inform the board that the accountants from Trout Beeman have begun their work on the audit for the 2024 fiscal year. Their field work started at the end of March, and they will be working over various items over the next several weeks. And that's all that I have for my report.
The only other thing, I just want to let you know if you are driving along Main Street and you look over and see construction equipment or workers there on the south side of the building. We in the near future are having to replace the stoop that's there on the south side. Essentially, the stoop itself is sinking, but it's down into the building, and it's actually pushing up on the door. So some days the door doesn't open. Some days it opens and it doesn't close well. So that will be the work going on here in the near future. That was it for staff reports.
Next up, Board of Alderman reports and comments. Alderman Cleaver,
Nothing tonight.
Alderman Skinner,
Nothing tonight.
Alderman Mills,
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Sol.
Nothing.
Next up then is mayor's report. I have nothing to add this evening. I believe we do have a need for an executive session for,
1 legal, 2 real estate, 13 personnel.
okay, so I'll entertain a motion then to adjourn into executive session.
So moved.
Alderman Skinner, I have a second.
Second.
So this will be roll call.
Alderman Cleaver,
Yes.
Alderman Skinner,
Yes.
Alderman Mills,
Yes.
Alderman Sol.
All right, adjourn to executive.